ghosting in a relationship happens when one of the partners, the ghoster, suddenly, or it may be gradual, gets tired of the relationship, or is no more interested one way or the other, or decide to shift his allegiance or loyalty or interest, and is finding it unpleasant to be able to face the partner and say, excuse me, I think we have had enough, let's call it quits, this relationship cannot continue again, let's go our separate ways, and let it be a clean break. Or they are ashamed of themselves for one thing or other, that might have been engaging, they won't like to, it will be clean enough to just open up with a partner and just had to disappear from the radar and say, well, when you find out, you'll be dealing with by yourself. So when it happens, sometimes the ghosted, which we can't call the victim now, let's call the person the ghosted, may feel somehow, may be feeling some negative emotions. Say, maybe I caused it. What could I have done? Why is she or he not communicating? Why did she say anything? Why did he just disappear? Why did he just take my call? Why did he just reply to my messages? Why is the address suddenly changed? And things like that. You have so many questions which only the ghoster can maybe adequately answer. So in this case, you are not to get confused. So people ghost for various reasons. And what are some of the signs you may see in your relationship that may indicate to you that you may get ghosted along the line, that the relationship is not going the way it's supposed to go, and then things may go sour down the line. So number one, there is inconsistency in communication. Sometimes the person calls you, hello, how are you feeling? This one, A, B, C, this, used to chat a lot before. Share messages, WhatsApp call, video calls. Sometimes you just say that the person may just call down. Sometimes for days, for weeks, no more calls. You wonder what's happening. That's a sign for you. Like in Yoruba land, Southwest, and you have a proverb that you have a dog, and that dog, when you come back, the dog used to welcome you wagging his tail. But when you come and the dog is no more wagging his tail, then you suspect that something is wrong. So somebody that used to communicate fluently before, suddenly the communication now becomes staccato. Now it's coming in breaks. And excuses start to come in. I'm tired, I'm feeling, I'm busy. Excuse upon excuses for communicating. And you know, in these days we are in, where communication has been made so easy. At least if you can take my call, I can take your call because of the nature of my work or schedule. At least when I have a break, I can send message back, either text or WhatsApp or voice note. I know in some offices you are not allowed to operate with your phone. You keep your phone in the locker. But in every office they have breaks. So during break, you can just take it, text message, I've been busy, thank you darling for calling. After work today, around such and such a time, I call back. But the person is no more doing that. Then you what you call smell a rat. Number two, when you're discussing your partner, in quote, now avoid serious talk. Just talk about inconsequentials. When you are in a relationship, either engaged, still courting, and then the person doesn't want to talk about things that really matter. What are things that really matter? You talk about, you are trying to build a life, you are trying to build a future together. and all the person is talking about is politics and all things that are happening around, stories, football that doesn't even concern your relationship, how you feel, your feelings, your emotions, your goals, your vision, your ambition, your likes and dislikes, your value system, your plan and goal for tomorrow, what you're dealing with the present situation. Those are things that matter. But this your partner is not ready to talk about that. Then you know that something is wrong. That person is not ready for commitment. Does it open up him or herself to you? Don't talk about his or her deep feelings. Then you'll be smelling the heart and know how to step carefully. Thirdly, they stop making any effort to respond, like I said in the first instance. And if somebody will make effort to respond to your calls, to your moves, to your hints, there is not just making any effort at all. And this one is very evident to you. Not making any effort to respond to your calls, to your whatever. Then you can, that one is showing disinterest. And that's trying to give you a flag, the yellow flag, before the red flag comes. So you know how to protect your own emotion, your own feelings, so that you don't get beaten too deep. Another one is the partner keeps giving one excuse after the other. It's always excuses. Okay, you're supposed to have a date and outing, and they say, okay, with me, say, oh, sorry, I won't be able to make it, I won't be able to do it also. Samson, you're welcome, good day to you. Where are you messaging me from? I'm from Nigeria. I'm speaking from Southwest Nigeria. So let me know where you are linking from, Samson. So the person is not making any effort to respond to all your moves, then you suspect that something is wrong somewhere. And you should learn how to manage the situation and manage it effectively so that you don't get hurt. So if you notice these red flags and more, then what can you do? When after all said and done, the red flag is dropped. You don't have to blame yourself for anything. Because that's what the person may want, to put you in the blue. Because the person already put you in the dark. So you don't blame yourself and you don't chase after closure. If the person loves you, the person ordinarily will have communicated with you. If the person has any outer feelings, good feelings for the person, you should have. So looking for closure, you'll be stressing yourself more. And looking for closure means you want, okay, please let us meet. Just tell me. What really happened? Why are you doing this to me? But the person was not ready to tell you that. So pursuing him or her for that is just waiting to get yourself hurt the more. And I think you can afford to do that. So once you see that the person has tried to drop off the radar, then just find a way to gather yourself together. That's why I said earlier, watch out for the red flags, for the hints. Okay, the person stop communicating with you, can't give an excuse, he's not talking about his or her deep feelings. The person is always ephemeral. What kind of friend, what kind of relation is that? I don't know what are your value system, what are the things, your own time plans for the future. I don't want to know your deep feelings for me, your thoughts for me. And then you just say you should meet, eat and drink and do what? So once you see that kind of thing, you should know that this person is just taking you for a ride. So you learn to protect yourself. That's why the other time we shared that talk that in a relationship, what should be the level of commitment? Should it be 60-40, 70-30, or 50-50, or above 50%? And in this case, the person that will give you the red flag, the person that will go to will have already gone below the 50. So you can't be too careful in a relationship, especially when you're dealing with the heart matters that touch the heart. So like I said, don't chase for closure, because the closure may not come. It just shows that you are just, because the person that doesn't appreciate you, they choose not to communicate with you. When you now get the person, what do you think he or she will tell you? So I just want to know what actually went on. Don't worry, you will know sooner or later. You know sooner or later. Because the truth always makes itself evident sooner or later. In some cases, sooner than later. So you just have to get yourself together. So, and then you have to set healthy boundaries. That's why I said initially, when the time you have for yourself, get your own self-esteem. Have a positive self-concept. Know who you are. Place good value, good premium on yourself. You are a person of value, a person of worth, not somebody to be pitied. You are somebody to be appreciated, to be valued, for crying out loud. You are not a push around. And you should not allow that to happen to you. You are not just somebody to be taken for a ride, just like that. So learn to appreciate yourself. When you have good self-esteem, then the person have to appreciate you or take you for who you are. Okay. In Yoruba land, we have a proverb that says, "Òrìṣà tó bá lè gbè mí, ṣe mí bó ti bá mi." That is you, deity. If you cannot make me better than I am, just appreciate me for who I am, and don't try to desecrate me or go anything lower than that. I won't accept it. I won't take it from you. That's the spirit. So you have to have that standard. You have to learn to set your boundaries. And that's why it is unfortunate if two of you have been sleeping together, then that's why you say you have been abused, you have been taken undue advantage of, that kind of thing. That's why you provide your self-concept. That's why one of our legends in Nigeria, music industry, called Onyeka Onwenu, said, "If you love me, you wait for me." Sex is not a measure of love. It's not. It was never, and it can never be a measure of love. It's just an addendum. It's secondary to true love, if not tertiary itself. So someone that loves you will value for who you are, for your personality, for your value system, for your sensibility, for your feelings, for your emotions, for your joy, for your peace, for your well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being, psychological well-being. Those are the things that count first before you now start to go to that essential aspect of it. So you have to come with that. So set the boundaries. If you do that, you couldn't have lost much. It's just the time that individual, the ghoster, must have wasted. They can recoup it with a better future. Okay? So set any boundaries and focus on healing and moving forward. And that is by not playing the blame game or sorry case, blaming yourself for anything. No, it's good to operate with a forthright mind and with a forthright heart, and which is what you have done. Usman, you're welcome. John, you're welcome. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And let's continue to reflect together. So if anything is also given out on relationship, you'll be the first to get the information. Relationship counts at every level. The ghosting can be very painful, especially if you have already put some premium on that relationship. Somebody you trust so much and just had to ghost out on you, just disappear, go off the radar, break communication with you, leaving you wondering what could have happened, what have I done, is it well with him, is it well with her, is it well with him or her. He just had to ghost you, just had to drop, just had to forget about it. He don't know how to tell you, or doesn't want to, is too ashamed to tell you. He's feeling guilty to tell because you has taken your love, your compassion, your feelings for granted. So the guilty conscience can make him, but notwithstanding, it's good to always take the courage and come and say, excuse me, let's have, it may be at worst, send it through a message or voice note. Let the person know that this thing is happening, not that you just disappear without a trace, without a word. That is what makes it painful. So the healthy alternatives. So if you ever feel the need like that, you can, if you find it difficult to handle yourself, then look for a counselor or somebody you trust to talk it over with. As I said earlier, don't start pursuing the ghoster looking for a closure. The closure may not come. So just maintain your boundaries. And that's what happens to hurt so many people, that when they have trusted someone in a relationship and they get ghosted for months and years, they just refuse to get into any relationship. They refuse to trust or talk to nobody, especially of the opposite sex. No. Please, I'm not enough. I'm healing, which is okay, because they say once beaten, twice shy. And the Bible says affliction should not rise up a second time. So what happens? You have to prevent yourself from experiencing such a thing again. But you don't have to just block yourself. It just means you have to be more careful as you move further. So, and if you are no more interested in a relationship, please don't ghost your partner. Please don't ghost your partner. Find it well enough, if you cannot meet physically, to give your opinion and your desire to some relationship. Please either use WhatsApp call or WhatsApp message or text or voice message or video call on WhatsApp or some other communication apps that may be available to both of you. Okay.